Hey everybody, I'm Katie, and welcome to Head of the Class. I'm joined today by Mrs. Heather Harris, who's been teaching at FreedomProject Academy since 2012, and who currently teaches history and Latin to our junior high students, in addition to serving as the junior high lead teacher. Mrs. Harris, junior high is quite the transitional phase for students. Tell us about your desire to help our students through this time in their lives by teaching them both history and Latin.
I often get funny looks when I tell people that I teach middle school or junior high because people know that it's a difficult age. But I actually love teaching middle school because it is this transitional age. And I find that their minds are just beginning to wake up to the world around them, but they're still fresh and innocent in so many ways. And so it's a great opportunity for me as a teacher, especially teaching history and Latin, to help them to understand the wider world, often using Latin as a tool to help them with their analytical skills, and really get a better grasp on the world around them today as we look through the lens of history.
And your students are finding their path in life, and they may need some structure. So how do you help engage them and focus them into learning in a virtual classroom environment?
Well, we use lots of activities as we're able to. It is limited in some ways, but all of the teachers here are learning more and more about different types of tools that we can use online. I have my students take notes as we talk through and discuss the lessons that we have. We use interactive tools within the classroom, such as polling. The students are able to raise their hands and talk and answer questions and contribute to the conversation. They're also able to write on the board. And so I try to include as many of those things as we can to keep them engaged as we're going through the material. And I know it can be a challenge for them, especially sitting at home in front of a computer. So we just do, like I said, all that we can to keep them engaged and get them talking and interacting in the classroom.
And you're kept quite busy through FPA, but when you do get some free time from the classroom, how do you like to spend your time?
Well, I really love to spend time with my family. My youngest is still at home. She graduated from college, but we like to cook and eat good food and watch British dramas and things like that. I'm also trying to pick up on kind of a lifelong dream of learning to speak a second language. Even though I'm a language teacher, I have never become fluent in the language that's always interested me, which is French. So I'm beginning to work on that a little bit as well.
In addition to teaching history and Latin, you also serve as lead teacher for the junior high teachers. Tell us what that role entails and how you assist your teachers.
Well, the main role of the lead teacher is really to be kind of a sounding board, someone that the teachers can come to when they have questions throughout the week, they want some feedback on. And then we decide together if it's an issue that needs to go to the administration or if it's something that we can just work out together. It also helps us to kind of be on the same page as a group and present a united front and not to be inconsistent with our families and the policies that we're trying to uphold here. Also, especially for new teachers as they come on board, I try to be helpful to them as I am able to, supporting them with technology or giving them ideas or feedback about things in the classroom.
Now, you earned a degree in middle grades education, and you've been teaching for more than 2 decades. So tell us why you chose to join FPA specifically.
Well, honestly, I was at a transitional time in my life. I had homeschooled both of my children, and I was looking for something more to do. I've been teaching, in co-op situations and things like that throughout the years, as along with teaching my 2 at home. And I was ready to just get back out into the world of teaching, and this opportunity crossed my path. And as I learned about Freedom Project at the time, I thought, their values and what they're trying to accomplish here really lines up with who I am and what I believe in. And so I just took a chance and reached out and applied, and it's all worked out. And I'm just really glad to be a part of what we're doing here.
Before we wrap up, we're going to do a quick fire question round. So answer the following questions as quickly as you can. Give me 5 words to describe you.
Foodie, creative, curious. Is that 3? Principled and passionate.
Okay. What are 4 of your favorite places to travel to or places that you'd like to see?
All right, this is a good one because I just got to travel to Europe last summer. Really loved Scotland, really loved France. We had a little stopover in Iceland. We want to go back there. Have not been to Asia. That's on the list. We'd like to go there as well.
Sounds good. What are 3 of your favorite books or books that you recommend to other people?
Well, one that I've recommended a lot in the last couple of years is a book called Switch on Your Brain. It's all about brain science, cognitive neuroscience, and I found that fascinating. Emma is a good classic, and The Bronze Bow is one of my favorite juvenile fiction books.
All right. Who are 2 of your favorite historical figures or historical figures you'd like to meet?
I always go back to John Adams because I just see him as a passionate, principled person. And I think I'd also like to meet Abigail. I think I'd love to have a conversation with her.
The couple together. All right.
Yeah.
What is one piece of advice you have for your students?
I think to work hard and keep your mind open to opportunities. Sometimes we think that we know what we want in life, and we close our minds off to opportunities that come along, and sometimes those can be the best opportunities for us.
Mrs. Heather Harris, thank you so much for being here today. Learn more about our spectacular teachers and Freedom Project Academy at fpeusa.org.